Hey guys, it's Friday night. Here we go. For those of you that don't know, I think everyone does. I'm Linda, and I love to spend my Friday nights with you guys. So we are live and making stuff tonight. How is everyone? Hey there, Jean, Cherie, Margaret. Nice to see you guys. Hey, Elizabeth. Okay, it says I'm live over on YouTube as well. You can probably hear that noise. Someone's decided they're going to drive a noisy motorbike up and down the street. Hey there, Jody and Jenny. How are you guys going? How's everyone's week been? Have you had a good week? It's been a bit wet here again. I can't believe how much rain we're having. I don't think I remember having this much rain in such a short time ever, really. I mean, really, all of March was wet. Stressed but alive. Why are you stressed, Jenny? Are you okay? Hey there, Nairi and Katrina. Hey, Janice. My turn now. You were this morning. Now it's me. I wasn't able to stay and watch all of your live this morning. How did it go? Did it go well? I hope you had made some cool things and had some nice people stop in and watch. Yeah, it's cool here too, Jody. It's really cold, like 17 degrees, which for this time of year is really cold. And then my daughter just said tonight, we're a bunch of wusses. We're all wandering around complaining about how cold it is. And, my husband's from Michigan and, they have blizzards and get snowed in and all that kind of stuff. We have no clue, really. Oh, your husband's been unwell. That's not good. Oh, no. She didn't like the ambulance, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. Well, what's been happening around here, of course, for those of you who I'm sure everybody knows, our last chance list came out not the Thursday just gone, the one before. So not yesterday, but yesterday a week ago. And so many things that are on that list, particularly stamp sets and quite a few dies and things like that. All the papers, as in all the pattern papers are going, but that's pretty normal. I did just before I started tonight, I printed out a list of the things that have sold out so far so that I can answer questions if anyone has those. Diana, hi. Even though you have aircon, so whereabouts are you? I'm trying to work out from that statement where you might be. Queensland? I don't know. Hey, Chris, nice to see you. Good to see you there. All right, so some people are on Facebook in the VIP group and some people are on YouTube. So wherever you are, thank you for stopping by and thanks for being part of this. If you haven't been on my YouTube channel before, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you'll see when I go live. And if you're in the VIP group, well, you have to be already admitted to the VIP group because that's a private group. So welcome. Hey, Solvega, nice to see you. Yeah, Queensland. I was right. I guessed right, Diana. I hope everything's well with you, Solvega. All right. So I did notice a couple more things are on this retired and sold out list than what was there yesterday. Things are starting to go a little bit faster. It is amazing, really, how quickly things sell out. And it's organised, this list that I'm looking at is organised by page number and sequential page number. So I turn straight to the inks, all that stuff, which is on page 123. So, like, the refills have gone in Magenta Madness and Misty Moonlight, but the others are still there. They're low in stock, but they're still there. So if anyone needs refills, grab them before they go. The Cinnamon Cider blends have gone, the Magenta Madness blends have gone, and the Misty Moonlight blends have gone, and the Just Jade ink pad has gone, but all the ink pads apart from that one are still there. So yeah, get in and have a look. Make sure you don't miss out on stuff because even though it sells quickly, we do still have a lot left. And I've actually printed out the full list of 9 pages of stuff I do it landscape and in larger print because it's really hard to read, but I do it like this so that you can see it much more easily. And what's good is that I've got like the price and how much it's discounted by here. So what the percentage is and then the discounted price. So really handy information. You can either, I have this easier to read PDF for anyone who wants to request one. Oh, that's okay, Sandra. Nice to see you here anyway. And I will understand. I don't think it's your husband. I'm pretty sure it's you. So all good. Hey, Sunny, how are you? I hope things are not getting flooded in up there where you are again. Hey, Barb, nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. I've got you booked in for technique class this month, so I'm looking forward to seeing you. I still do have spots in my evening technique class. The daytime class is full, but the evening I still have a couple of spots. I think I still have 3 from memory. So, okay. So I'm only keeping my classes really small. I'm only because a lot of people are still really nervous about coming out. So I'm keeping them down to 5 because I can easily space out 5 people around the table, 2 on each side, 1 on the end, which keeps everyone at the right distance. So that's how I've been doing it. So just small groups at the moment. And I'm doing 1 technique class a month. That's a daytime and an evening. So I guess that's 2, but 1. I'm doing the same thing at both classes. I keep saying clubs. Why am I saying that? Never mind. It's a class. And this one we're doing slimline cards. So I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can use, you can do slimline cards. And of course we have the slimline envelopes available as well, which are going into the new catalogue. They're not being discontinued, so that's good. All right, so if anyone has any questions, there's so much stuff. Like I said, it's moving quickly, but the new catalogue, look, I can show you because I'm allowed to show you the cover. That's all I'm allowed to show you at the moment. Here it is. This is the new one. Now, if you have ordered from me in the last 12 months, you're going to get one of these in the mail, okay? And they should go out. I've already selected everyone who's going to get one, because that closed off yesterday. I had to have that organised by yesterday. If you want one, you don't have a demonstrator who looks after you already, and you would like one of these, I can organise to send you out one once they're out. But right now, but I'll just need you to send me a message if you would like that, and I'll organise it for you. But everybody else is who has ordered from me in the last 12 months is going to get one. Let me think. Probably mid-April, maybe 3rd week of April. That's when I'm expecting them to be out. Okay, so there you go. Let's see. Not working. What am I doing wrong? Well, you're working for me. All sounds good, and you're good now. Oh, good. That's okay. Yes, I'm going to do an online technique. I am going to do an online class this month. I'm still making a final decision about which set I'm going to use, which is the only reason I haven't talked about it yet. So I may even make that decision tomorrow, in which case I'll talk about it on Sunday night, but I'm still deciding. The Honeybee Home Bundle still around. Yes, it's in the mini catalogue. It's in this one. Okay, so this catalogue goes through to the end of June, this little guy. All right, the big one, the new one, well, this one this is outgoing. This has got a month left. It finishes up on the 2nd of May. All right, so a month from tomorrow. Okay, I'm glad, Judy. And then the new one that I just showed you the cover of, that one starts on the 3rd of May. Double check that date. Oh, no. Oh, yes, it is. 3rd of May, this one starts. All right, so we already have our retired list of what's not going to make it into here, and that's what's selling at the moment. There's a lot of bargains. Oh, my goodness, things up to 50% off. So if there's something that you've had your eye on and it's being retired, go check it out because it might be on sale. They've got a good percentage of things marked down. So that's really great. All right, so let's get these things off the desk. Let's see how I go tonight. You know, I'm terrible with keeping my desk tidy while I work. I just end up in this massive mess. But I've actually had some people tell me, believe it or not, that makes them feel normal because that's what they do too. So I don't know, maybe it works for someone. I know I look at these people who do videos and they're lovely and organized and everything stays neat and in its place, and I think, I don't even know how you do that. Got no clue. So anyway, if that makes me more human, I guess it does. Hey, Sue, nice to see you there. I've got this little saying, little motto that I picked up around the place, and that is that done is better than perfect. All right. I stopped trying to be perfect quite a while ago. I still like things to be, you know, of a certain quality, but, you know, done is better than perfect. I'd rather get it out there. Right. So, Yeah, and that's normal, Nairi. It's absolutely fine to have a mess. What did they say? That a mess is a sign of a creative mind, and I figure I just must be really, really, really creative. All right. The technique of using the shells embossing folder and the die cut together. Tonight, would you like me to do that tonight? That's not retiring, by the way. It is continuing into the new catalogue. I'm not allowed to show you the inside of it yet, but I'm just going to check quickly. I'm sure it is. Yes, it is. So the die and the embossing folder are both continuing on. So there you go. And the stamps too, I believe. So don't have to worry about that one. But yes, we could do that. Thank you for asking. I love it when you guys ask me to do certain things, or you want to see me play with a particular thing. The reason why you're saying goody a lot tonight, Judy. The reason why is that pushes me in a different direction than what I expected, and I'm always happy that we end up doing something that's a surprise. So I hope that makes you guys happy too, but it makes me really happy. I'll join the club. Yep, I know, right, Sonny? Exactly. I've got a cat. He's playing with a box over in the corner of the room, making a bit of a racket, but we'll just ignore him for the moment and see what happens. So long as he doesn't get up. Sometimes he gets up, he jumps up on top of the filing cabinet and gets really close to Cookie, and he likes to, put his paws up to where Cookie is. Cookie doesn't like it. Doesn't like it at all. He's very intimidated by Crumpet, which is understandable. And he will let us know. Hey, Kay, nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. All right. Let's switch over to the desk and see how we go. Here we go. I'm good tonight. There we go. No, I knew what you meant, Sunny. I knew what you meant. So I was pulling a couple of things out of the catalogue tonight, or, looking at what was on my retired list and thought, what can I show people that's retiring? That'd be fun. And one of the things that is in here that I haven't used nearly as much as I would like to have, and they're really beautiful, are these lovely hand-penned, they're Memories and More cards and envelopes. Okay, so I only had a couple left, but I would like to show you. These are the envelopes. This is how they come. They're very, very pretty. They've got like a little stripy design, and then the flap has the design that's in some of the DSP, which is really, really nice. Isn't that pretty? And then these are the matching cards. Okay, so they come pre-scored, and they're really pretty and dotty. They're a bit bigger than normal cards. So your normal, let's just quickly show you an average card. An average card would be this size. So can you see it's a little bit longer, about 1 centimeter longer at this end, and almost the same. Well, that's that. I'm not showing you that card because it's messed up. That's a card that was going well and then it got damaged. And so it's a tiny, tiny bit wider, but nearly the same width, but it's quite a bit longer, nearly 1 centimeter. So that's the, if you don't like that size, you could always cut it down. Better that it be too big than too small, right? So I thought I would use these because, I won't be able to use them for much longer. So it's these. They're 5. I should look at the list. So it's page 127. So this is by page number, this list. This is the last chance list that I'm looking at. And I find page 127. Here's the Hand Pen Memories and More card pack and the Memories and More cards and envelopes. They're 20% off. So they were $17.50. They're down to $14. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're not on the sold out list. I should have checked that too, but I don't think they are. Oh, look, they are. They're gone. Never mind. Let's use them anyway because this is my last chance. So forget that. They were down to $14, but they're gone. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Let's do it anyway. All right. So very, very pretty. You could, of course, come up with something really similar. And for those of you who've already got your hands on these, lucky you, because I think they're beautiful. And I thought we might play with Daisy Lane because this one's going and the matching punch is also going. All right, so these are gone, or they haven't gone yet. Let's double check. I'm trying to give you all the information so that if you decide you want anything, I don't think they've gone. Daisy. Nope, not there. No, the Daisy stamp set is still there. Let me see about the punch though. What have we got? No, the tailored tag punch has gone. The delightful tag topper, the cat punch, the everyday label, and the trio punch. Those have all gone, but not the Daisy. Okay, so That's still around. This marked down. I believe it's half price. So that's a really good deal. It's like $15.50 instead of $31. So that's a really good thing. I'm sorry. I just need to start making, because if I could look at these things all day long, trying to look up stuff for you. Where is it? I can't even see it there. Oh, there it is. Daisy Punch, $31, 50% off, $15.50. So that's a good deal. All right. So if you're interested in that, you'll grab it. The medium punch. So this one has both sizes in it. This one cuts out this daisy. The medium punch cuts out this one. The medium punch is actually not retiring. It's still going to be in the new catalog. So just the big one is retiring. So I've got some scraps and bits and pieces here. When I was cleaning up the other night, I put all my die cut pieces in a bag so that I could, let me see, what have I got? I was thinking maybe I've got a couple of Stitch So Sweetly. These dies are going. Can you believe it? Those ones I'm going to really miss. Here it is. This is what I was looking for. So these are from the Scallop Contour dies. These are not retiring. These are going on into the new catalog. But I just thought this is really, really pretty, and it would be really nice to play around with. And the scallops go nicely with the dotty background. So, but I'm thinking maybe I will use some pale papaya, because this is going to match really nicely in with my envelopes. Can everyone see okay? You have the same set, Chris. Well, we could make them together, right? So I'm going to use the big daisy out of here. You will need a bigger block for this. So I think it just fits on D. Let's have a look. Yes, it just fits on D, or you could go up to E, but it does fit really nicely on D block. Which ones did you get, Jody? The daisies? Is that what it was? Yes, they are worse than children's, Sunny. Exactly right. So I'm going to use my Pale Papaya ink pad and just going to ink that up. And now, when you want to, here's a tip for you. When you are punching out with this punch, when you go in this way, you'll notice that there is one of the spindly, what do you call these things? Petals, thank you. Petals actually is straight out. Okay, so that means I need to, when I stamp, so rather than putting it like this, I'll do this the same. So I've got these perpendicular to the edge. That was a big word, wasn't it? Oh, hand penned. Yes, that's a really nice set. Now I'm actually going to do 2 of these. And I'm going to do another one here. And once again, I want to do it so that my petals are perpendicular to the edge, so that when I go in, it's going to reach. Because if I don't have that going straight up, it's going to be really hard for me to get this to the right angle. So it's not so bad when it's in a corner like this, but if it was along a straight piece of cardstock, it would be quite tricky. All right, so I'm going to, you might notice I'm missing my little lock here. I've got to get my husband to put it back in for me. I'm about to have a visitor on. I think we're about to have a visitor. I have this feeling. Sometimes, oh no, he's got back down. Merlot was almost about to jump up on the table because he's hungry. And it's 7:48, and he knows that 8 o'clock is dinner time. So he's the hungry cat. Crumpet doesn't really care. He's just out for a good time, but Merlot's out for food all the time. All right, so I have these. You can see we've got the pattern on them. Now, you could just have them separately, but I really like, I mean, it's pretty as it is, but I just think this daisy looks so much better if you put one on top of the other and have the petals so it becomes like a full daisy. Okay, so the petals go in between, that alternate between the pieces. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to put a glue dot in the center. This is my preferred way to use the daisy punch, is as like 2 punches together. And okay, I just think, isn't that nice? Look, it's much nicer. And the other thing is, you can, when you put it down, you can sort of flick the petals up so that it looks even, I think that looks quite pretty with the petals sort of sitting up. Gives it a bit more dimension like that. So I'm deciding, will we have one or will we have two? Do you know what I think I might do? I think I might, I've got another piece here, and I might do a medium daisy. Let's do that. Let's do that one. Even though that punch is not retiring, doesn't mean we can't use it. All right, so I'll put that on there. And I think I'm just going to find my medium daisy punch. I think I want to have, here it is. So this is the one that's not retiring, the smaller one. I could, because I've done this one with pale papaya, I think I'll do the other one as well with the same color. But the other thing I could have done, and it might be nice for next time, is use Calypso Coral. It's a little bit darker, so the stamping will stand out a little bit more on the pale papaya, but it's still pretty anyway. You want to leave a little bit of a space in between these guys so that when you punch out, there's plenty of room. Oh, good luck. I hope you find him, Jenny. So when you say you got them, do you mean the envelopes and cards and cards and envelopes hand penned? Is that what you mean, Jody? 1 and 2. So I'm lining it up. It's always best when you use a punch, you line it up with the shape from the back so you can see exactly where you're going. And I sort of just squeeze enough to hold it once I get it right, and then I can get my fingers into a better position and then give it a good old punch. And this one works exactly the same way. They look nice by themselves, but I think they look really, really nice when you put them together and make a full daisy. Does everyone agree, or do you think you like them better separate? What do you guys think? I'm deciding whether I want 2 or 3. A glue dot in the middle, and then I'm just going to position them here and put them right in the center. Right, I'm going to flick those petals up on top so that adds a little bit more interest, a bit more texture. We like texture, right? All right, so I'm thinking something along these lines like this. All right, so I'm kind of getting an idea. So what I want to do at this point is use my stamp, because my sentiment, because then that way if I'm going to put some leaves and things on, but well, I've got a couple of options actually. You know what, I was going to put leaves in the background, but maybe I'll do the stems because that will work quite well, and then we can decide whether, if I'm going to stamp straight onto this, I would stamp first so I can then put my stems around it. If I'm going to use a separate piece like a circle or cut another piece out, then I wouldn't worry about that. I would just do, but I am sort of leaning towards, this is mint macaron, this color. So I think I might stamp my smile. I've got colors here. I've got mint macaron. I'm not sure. I think, I should double check the catalog and see what the colors are, because there's some nice colors in there and it matches the paper as well. So let's have a quick look. Does it say basic black, garden green, pale papaya, and pool party? So it's saying pool party rather than mint macaron, but I think you get array with mint macaron as well. So maybe I'll go with garden green. That might be nice. Garden green's one of these colors. I don't use it all that often, to be honest. I find it a little bit overwhelming. In fact, I'm thinking about stamping it off on this occasion. So let's grab our stalk, our stem. Now, if I have one here and another one going this way, that's going to leave me room for my smile. So I'm going to do my smile first. Just gentle, because this is fairly wet, this ink pad. And I think that's because I haven't, like I said, I don't use garden green that often. So it's kind of new. There we go. And I'm thinking of stamping this off to make it not so dark. Although it would be okay. Let's just try it. I'm going to go this way. So it goes off the edge. And then this is going to go here. You see it okay? Move it up a little bit. Stems, that's what I meant to say. Evening evergreen would be nice as well. Yeah, and there is evening evergreen in that paper, definitely. All right, so I'm going to go this way. And so they're going to go like that. All right, now I think we should pop these on dimensional. So let's pop a dimensional behind here and another one behind here. And that's all we're going to need to hold those. Although I do feel like it needs something in the middle of the flowers. So we've got a couple of options. We could do Winker Stella in the middle of the flowers. Or we could add a gem or a couple of gems even. Or perhaps some sequins. There's a few options. We could do a number of things in there. But it does definitely need something. Definitely need, yeah, bling or something. Exactly, Jody. So I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back of this as well. So you can see this is actually a pretty easy card. But I wanted to use retiring stock. So that's why I'm using the Daisy Lane set and the Daisy Punch and also the cards and envelopes. A little bumblebee embellishment. That's a good idea. I think those are retiring too. That is an excellent idea. Let me double check for my bumblebees. I have some. And they're retiring as far as I know. I will double check though. Where are my bumblebees, guys? If you were a bumblebee, where would you hide? I've got ladybugs. They're ladybug trinkets. They'd work, I guess, but I think those are retired. But the bumblebees haven't yet. You know what? I might have used up all my bumblebees for a class I did recently. That's entirely possible. So I'm just having a quick look, but I have a funny feeling they're all gone. Which will be, oh, no, look, there's a whole new pack. How about that? A whole pack. Yes, the bumblebees are retiring. Thank you, Michelle. It's nice to have you guys when you guys know these things. You know what's going and know what's staying. All right, so let's add a glue dot. The glue dots are great for sticking these on. Just like that. Should we have two? Should we have maybe just one? I don't know. Especially if I'm going to add some bling in the middle of here. Maybe some gilded gems. Did you guys know that my beloved gilded gems are retiring? I can barely believe it. I just can't believe they're going to get rid of these. Mind you, they've been around for a long time, but man, I love them. Actually, those are mediums and smalls. I wonder if I've got any large ones. Here's another option too. I have sequins. Sequins would be nice. Here's something that's not retiring. I'm not going to use them today, but the brush metallic adhesive back dots, those are nice. All right, we'll just, because we can, I'm going to use a couple of small ones of these, I think. I might use a couple in each one. Let's see how that looks. I mean, these are retiring, so I kind of feel like I can use them up. 3 in the middle. What do you think? How does that look? And then I'm going to need, well, maybe I'll do bigger ones up here. Let's try this and see how it looks. Seeing as we've got a bigger center, 3 small ones and 3 mediums up here. I'm going to give that a whirl. What do we think? Do we like this? Is it overkill having 3? I kind of like it. Something I haven't tried before. It's kind of cute. Now I do feel, oh, there's a wayward bit of bling down there. All right, so that's looking really cute. It does look good. I like that. And then I've got some white seam binding ribbon. Hallelujah, the white seam binding ribbon is not retiring. I'm so happy. In fact, my 3 favorite ribbons are not retiring. And that is the Pool Party sheer ribbon, the seam binding, the white seam binding, which you can make it any color, and the open weave ribbons did not retire in all those in colors. Love, love, love them. And these are both good colors to go with this. So even though soft succulent is not in the colors, it's still going to match quite nicely. Or we could go with pale papaya ribbon, and I could tie a bow with that. That might be nice. Maybe pale papaya. So I'm very happy because these are my go-to ribbons, either these open weave ones or the seam binding or the sheer Pool Party. They're the ones I use the most, and they're all staying. So I'm very happy. And then we've got some other beautiful ones coming as well. I've placed my pre-order this morning. I will tell you, I spent quite a lot of money. I was really lucky because I had some product credits. As a demonstrator, we can earn like product credits to then spend on upcoming product when it comes out, and so it didn't cost me nearly as much as it would have otherwise, which I was very happy about. There we go. That looks rather nice. Let me grab a glue dot here. And so that went in this morning, and I will be anxiously waiting for it so I can show you guys. I can do an unboxing. If anyone likes unboxings, I will do one with you. If you're not, tell me if you don't rather have a surprise, prefer I don't do it, and I won't. Or you can just not watch that one or the other. All right, there we go. So I'm going to call that finished. I think that looks really rather pretty. And it's very simple, really easy to put together. So just a bit of punching, offset the punch. I use the 2 different sizes, which I think looks rather good. But if you love the big daisy, you want to grab it soon because it will sell out. I'm pretty certain at that price, at $15.50, it's going to be going. So there we go. But the scallop contour dies, these ones here at the back, those are not retiring. So you don't need to worry about those. The bumblebees are going. What else is going? The cards and envelopes are going. The stamp set, the Daisy Lane stamp set is going. So there's a few items there. And the Gilded Gems. That's sad. Oh, I wonder if those things have sold out already. I do love them. All right, let me put a few of these things back and out of the way. And let's see. So put my medium daisy away because that one's not going anywhere, and we'll get rid of a couple of these things, pop them back in the stamps. Just going to clean the stamps. Now, Judy, you were hoping for me to show you how the seashells dies and embossing folder work together. Is that right? Is that what you want to see? Yes, wasn't that nice, Denise? Did you have a really nice bonus? Did you know it was coming? Were you excited about that? It makes it much easier when you've got product credits to put towards your next catalog. So good. And then, of course, you get your demonstrator discount on top of that as well. So, yeah, it makes a huge difference at new catalog time. That's how we're able to all get new stuff. Thank you, Kay. All right. Yep, that's what you're after, Judy. Okay. It is a bit like Christmas. I know, I get so excited. The hard part for me is I think what I'll have to do is I will have to schedule a separate video because there's no way, if it arrives during the week, there's no way I'm going to be able to wait until Friday night to open up the box and show you what's in it. I'm going to have to open everything up and look at it and ooh and ah over it straight away. So I will probably schedule a separate live for that, and it'll probably come in and I'll probably schedule it pretty quickly so I can get into it. Well, For anyone who's wondering, demonstrators can order from the new catalogue now. We can't order everything. It's like a pre-selected list of stuff. But the exciting thing is that this year's pre-selected list is much more expensive than usual. Sometimes, especially recently with all the supply issues, we've not had very much to pick from during pre-order. But this time we got really lucky, and we have got a great list, and I was delighted. A lot of things that I had my eye on anyway were in the list, and the things that weren't, I'll be happy to spread my spending out and get those, next month when the new catalogue is live and we can get everything. So that's very exciting. Last Thursday night, Thursday was the day that the PDF of the new catalogue came out. As you can see, we've since received it, and we actually have the physical copy now. But on Thursday, we only had the PDF to look at. So I got together with my team by Zoom, and we just went through the PDF. Everyone had access to it, and I shared my screen, and we all looked and oohed and ahed over everything and talked about. It was really cool because there was a lot of things I didn't notice when I went through the catalogue myself, but when other people were talking about it, they were able to say, hey, did you notice this? And did you notice that? And we all learned stuff. We all were able to get excited about things we hadn't noticed before. It was really, really fun. And I think we had a couple of hours of just enjoying that together. So I'm very lucky. I have a really, really lovely, awesome group of demonstrators, and there's a couple of them watching tonight. And yes, you guys count as well. You guys are definitely part of that awesome community, which I really love. And it's probably one of the favorite things about my job is my team. My team is fantastic. Okay, so let me grab those sets that Judy's talking about. It just might, because it's because I didn't know I was going to do that. It's just going to take me a moment to find all the bits and pieces. And if I can't find them quickly, and I have to, then I might do them on Sunday night, Judy. Would that be okay? Will you be around on Sunday night if I can't find them now? Let me have a quick look. They should be here. The problem is I have so many stamps. By the time this catalogue comes out, I have so many stamps. I've got a lot to look through. And I'm not sure where it is. It's here. The other night we did the very Versailles, and I was sure I had lent it to someone or misplaced it, but no, it was in here all along. Can someone hear this cat? This cat is saying he's hungry. Okay, I can't find this stamp set right this second, although I do know it's here somewhere. But you can see my extensive die, my dies, which are all here. I'm just going to go through and see if I can find the die. And like I said, if I can't, I will try and do it on Sunday night for you. I have too many. Okay, I think I am going to have to do it on Sunday night. Sorry about that, guys, because it's definitely not in there. You'll be here. I hope I can find them. I hope I haven't lent them to someone. I'm notorious for lending things to people and then forgetting who and unable to ask for them back again. Oh dear. Just reading the comments, going quickly back. You're still waiting your hard copy, Michelle? Oh, well, it will be soon, I'm sure. I've actually got two. Look. And you're thinking, how did I get two? I got two because one is the one that we got for free for attending the training event, the On Tour event that's happening next week, or for depending on which one you're going to, they're all happening in April. And the other one is my complimentary demonstrator copy. So, yeah, I got one of each, and I got a new stamp set too. So that's the one, the On Tour stamp set. Oh, see, I'm not allowed to. I could get in trouble. You know that? I actually had one time I did do that. I actually opened up the catalog and showed people stuff inside. Totally forgot. Just I was so excited. I opened it up and showed people some stuff. And then afterwards, a demonstrator contacted me and said, you know what? You're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. And I videoed it, so I deleted the video so that no one could complain. Whoops. I felt really bad. But anyway, that's how it works sometimes. You'll love it, Judy. It's very, very lovely. It's so beautiful. But that's cheeky, Sunny. I just can't. I don't want to do the wrong thing. I'm sure that you're going. I hope you do find him. Oh, the honeybee. Okay. All right. We can do that. Let me see. That's here. So the honeybee set is part of this suite. The Blessings of Home is part of the same suite. It's called Heart and Home. And here is honeybee. All right. This one, as far as I know, it's not retiring. Pretty sure it isn't. I will double check. Because if it's not in the new catalogue, then I guess it is retiring. No, it's going to be in the new catalogue, so it's not going anywhere. All right, this one here. And it's really cute because it's got lots of, little flowers. You've got several little bees. It's got some nice words. It's actually really pretty. I actually like this little set. So maybe I will do something super simple with it. I'm thinking. I'm going to grab some, just some white cardstock, some basic white. So, I've got some, or here's some basic, that's basic white cardstock, but what I actually want is some basic white thick for my card base. So let me just grab some of that. Found it. It was on the floor. I must have knocked it off on the floor when I sat down earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold that in half. And I'm going to do a really simple stamping one first, and then we'll pull out some of the other bits like the dies and other bits and pieces. And also there's an embossing folder that's part of this suite as well. So let's have a quick look at it. I'll show it to you. It's up the back of this catalogue, the mini, and it is still current. And like I said, it will be going into the new catalogue. So we have, it's called Heart and Home. What they do, for anyone who hasn't seen this before, what they do is they will come up with a suite. All right, now this is what they call a mega suite because it has 2 stamp sets and 2 die sets in the suite, not just one. So they call it a mega suite. But the whole suite has one code and a big price that gets you the whole lot. All right, 2 stamp sets, the 2 die sets, the embossing folder, the ribbon, the matte dots, the doilies, the memories and more cards, the memories and more envelopes, and the paper. That's the whole suite. It's quite substantial, okay? But of course, a lot of people don't want all of this. So you can buy all the items individually or just the bits and pieces that you like, all right? So it's kind of cool because it gives you lots of choice. So the 2 sets that are featured, these 2 here, are also over the page. We've got the Blessings of Home set, which is one of my favorite sets from this catalogue. I love it. I love this big image, and you've seen me play with this a few times previously. And then the other one that's in here is the Honeybee Home. Okay, so they've got some really nice samples, and one of the things I think that makes this a standout is this embossing folder, which is called the Hive 3D embossing folder. So it actually looks like beeswax, which is really cool. And if you do it on vellum, it really looks like beeswax. So I really, really do like that about it. So I have got some paper here that I pulled out earlier to do something else. This is leftover paper from one of the host sets that you guys might have seen, all right? And on the back, it's got all these black and white designs, which I kind of like. And I'm thinking maybe we could do something with that. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. All right. So let's have a little look. What do we want to do? Like I said, I'm going to do a couple of simple first. And I'm thinking I've got these. I haven't even used all of these. Like I haven't done these little. I've done the bees. See, look, I love the bees. The bees are my favorite, actually. You could just do, how simple is this? All right, first of all, I'm going to get my bee. I'm kind of making this up as I go along. And I'm just going to get some Memento ink. And I'm going to stamp my bee in black. And I'm going to do, this is going to be a landscape card. And I'm going to put this, what I find works is if you put this in the middle with this, it helps you keep everything centered. All right. So I'm just going to put a bee right here in the middle. I'm going to ink it up again. And I'm going to put another bee to the right. And another bee to the left. Yep. And then I'm going to get myself a couple of, what color have I got here? This is so saffron and this is daffodil. And I'm going to give him some little stripes. So this is like just the super simple card, okay? I'm not going to really do anything much with this. I'm just going to do a bit of stamping. I could also, let me grab the dies. I know that those are in my box here, so just give me a second. I need a better system, I guess, for storing them because I end up with so many dies in the box by the time we get around to retirement that it takes me a while to go through them. Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. So these are the honeybee blooms dies, so the matching set. Right. And like you can cut these out, you know, you can see you can cut out the whole thing. You've got some individual little dies here and some other frames that cut out the flowers and that sort of stuff in the set. So it's a really nice little companion to the set. But I'm just going to, what have I got here? Miss you, stay wonderful, you're the nicest. Which one will I have? So glad we're family, that's cute. I'll just use Miss You because this is easy to go on. I'm just going to pop him on a block. I'm going to do him in black as well. So this is just like a simple stamping card. I'm not even going to do anything fancy. I'll get my black blend and I'm going to colour the top here. I'm not going to colour the wings, I don't think. I'm using the thin end, obviously. So you could just do like a really, really simple little card with your little bees and maybe a couple of embellishments. Close the lid. Okay, Jody. Oh, no, it's not Jody. It's Sunny. I thought it'd be Jody. Jody be laughing right now. All right. So, I mean, you could go really simple. Super, super simple. All right. And I was thinking something similar to that. Let's go with these little flowers. So I was thinking you could do like flowers on a, put them on this block here. I'm not even going to bother putting the sticker on. Do I want, I'm going to go navy. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go navy. And just to give you an idea, I don't know if I want more. Maybe I don't. And then have the bees around, colour in the flowers, and you've got another really simple card. That's just a super silly, quick little idea. But I think we need to bring in our embossing folder. Some people have got a really fancy way of storing embossing folders. I don't. I'll tell you what is going, the textured 3D embossing folder. A lot of people are going to miss that one because that's been super, super popular. And a whole bunch of people are not going to be very happy that it's going. Okay, here's my hive. Found it. You're laughing at me, aren't you, Jodie? All right, so what I want to do is I want to grab some vellum. And I'm grabbing some vellum so I can make like a beeswax kind of a thing going on. And I'm going to cut my piece of vellum. I'm not even sure yet how big I'm going to make this, but I'll just cut it down so it's going to fit inside the embossing folder, and then we can decide how big we want it to be. So this is going to go inside here. If ever you're wondering, the top of the embossing folder is always the side that has the Stampin' Up logo on it. So that's the way it goes in, and that's the top surface. But this embossing folder actually looks really nice, whether it's reversed or, so it doesn't matter which side you use. You just use whichever side you prefer because both sides look really good. So I'm going to grab my machine. I'll grab the big one because it's handy. And I'm going to zoom out because it's too close, which means you may end up seeing my knees, but I'm not going to worry about that. Oh no, look, you just get to see my mess, or more of the mess. All right, so what we do with this, we take off our plates and we just use our base plate, number 1. Okay, that's the only one you're going to use with this. You don't need any of the others, don't need any clear plates. We then put this little guy here straight onto that base plate. And the other plate you need, it comes with the machine in case you're wondering, and if you don't have it, you might want to grab one of these. These are called a specialty plate. Sunny, are you watching? I know you were worried about having the right one of these. So then you'll feel the pressure of that as it goes through. Another tip is try and position your embossing folder so that the hinge goes through first. It helps protect the hinge. So this is the hinge end, it goes through first. All right, and then when I pull this out, you'll see I get this really lovely kind of beeswaxy looking piece of vellum. Isn't that nice? And you can do a whole bunch of different things with it. You can color it. Easy to color with your blending brushes. Looks really, really nice. And, you know, I can cut this down, do whatever I like. So that's this 3D Hive embossing folder. In fact, if I had the Honeybee Home set, to me, it's almost a must-have to have the Hive embossing folder as well, because they're just perfect companions. I've done a few. Look, here's something I did, which is actually in arm's reach. I used the Ladybug Punch to make a bee, and I used this Hive 3D embossing folder on the vellum, and I coloured it with some Bumblebee, very appropriate Bumblebee ink on a blending brush. So that turned out really, really cute. Can you see the Hive pattern? You should be able to see that. I think that's close enough. See, you're still laughing at me. Ah, look, see, there you go. And now you're saying no, Elizabeth. Oh, sweet sorbet cardstock is unavailable. The new in colors are beautiful. Everyone's going to love them. I'm so happy with them. All right, so I'm thinking this is going to go on a base. Just deciding. And I'm deciding what color to go with. You know what I might do? I do have some of this stripy paper. And stripes and bees go together really nicely. Now, even though this is not the matching, the matching paper that goes with this is actually the Heart and Home paper. And it's got all those lovely wood grain designs. So, that's another option. We could look at that. We'll see. Maybe I'll use a little bit of the stripy paper because I do like it a lot. All right. I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut it down to 7.5 by 11.5. This is centimeters I'm talking now. Sorry, Jean and my US friends. So in inches, that would be around 3 by 4.5. There you go. And I'm going to get some black cardstock. I'm going through my scraps, but I don't seem to have any big enough pieces. So instead, I'll grab a new piece. Okay. So I'm going to make this 1/2 centimetre bigger or 1/4 of an inch bigger. So I'm going to go 12 centimetres by 8. So this piece here is going to end up right here on like that. And I'm going to grab my blending brush. And I'm grabbing a yellow one and some yellow Bumblebee ink. This is a retiring colour. So if you love Bumblebee, you want to grab it while it's still there. And then I'm just going to do circles, very light circles. So I'm actually just picking it up on the ridges of the embossing. I'm not colouring all of it, just the ridges, so that the whites sort of stay. You don't want to push too hard or the bristles will go down into the holes and you'll end up with the whole thing covered. So I'm very lightly blending. Okay, it's looking rather cute, isn't it? Oh dear. You are right, Judy. Age is only a number. Absolutely right. Yeah, I probably should put my dies in with the stamp set. I just don't, because so many times I guess because they've not, one's retired but not the other. Now can you see how this looks? This is the back. I'll just bring it up close so you can see. That looks quite different to the side that I've just coloured. See that? Totally different. It doesn't really carry through to the other side of the vellum, which is kind of interesting. I am going to use glue dots to position this in place. One of the good things about embossing a piece of vellum is it hides any glue dots that you put behind, especially if you add colour as well. So I like all the texture that this creates. So sort of just one roughly in the corner of each, all 4 corners of the vellum. And then you're just going to pop this here, and this is going to sit just nicely inside that piece of black. And that's looking good. Now, let me just grab my trimmer again. And I'm just going to cut a piece of, actually I'm wondering if I should have gone with Bumblebee. But to be honest, I'm low in Bumblebee. I've almost used all my Bumblebee up. I try and use my colours up as they're retiring so that I'm not left with mountains and mountains of colour that I then have to try and find a way to get rid of. I'd rather use it. If anyone's wondering too, the Ladybug bundle is going into the new catalogue. Both the punch and the stamps are going in. All right, let me have a look here. Here's something else. The Stitch So Sweetly dies are going, so those are rather, that's a possibility. I'm just thinking about what I would like to have happen here. And I've also got my Bumblebee. I think this might be nice. So I would like a piece of this that is also 7.5, but I'm going to make it about Well, let's go 2 centimeters. I don't want a lot of it. I only want a little bit. 2 centimeters wide by 7.5. I'll go the other end. 7.5 wide, which is the width of the vellum. And it's going to go across here. My son is asking me a question. I'm sorry, honey.
Have they been fed?
No, they haven't been fed. And if you could do that, that would be wonderful. I'm sure they would be very happy about it. Merla will probably race you to the kitchen. All right, I'm thinking about there. Now, in my little trusty bag here, when I was cleaning up, I found lots and lots of circles and other shapes. Off you go. And let me see. I don't want vanilla because that would be wrong with this. So I've got to make sure I find the right color. There's a vellum one. So I'm trying to use up some shapes rather than cutting new shapes. I could cut new shapes, but this is not quite right color either. That's shimmery white, which is the wrong white. It's quite. Look, and there's a circle that I've actually embossed with the honeybee, the hive. Here we go. There's a white one. That's what I want. So I've got lots and lots of little goodies in here. I find I save up all the bits and pieces when I clean my desk. And what's really good about that is the fact that I then have like all these ideas. If I just rifle through my little bag of pieces, it inspires me. I think, oh, I could use this to do X, Y, Z, something I hadn't thought of before. So it's kind of cool. Looking good? Good. All right, so we've got a circle. I'm also got this little bit of, I'm wondering actually about using this. This has just presented itself to me, and maybe I will go with that. So I'm going to cut that down a little bit and pop that behind here. It's looking rather nice. Let's take a bit off that. So this is a cinnamon cider one. I don't want the cinnamon cider side. I think that will look wrong. So I'm going to, I'm just lining it up. Like that. And I think I will color this. I could leave it white, or I could actually color it with Bumblebee. So the question is then, are we going to leave it white? This is how it's going to look when we put it down. And don't forget, I've got bees to put on yet. All right. Or will I color it with my Bumblebee ink, which will make it, I can make it quite dark yellow. It'll be darker than this. So I love the way embossing looks on vellum too. I'm a big fan. It does look like honeycomb. Isn't that great? I'm just going back for your comments because I missed a few. Sorry about that. No one can guarantee the lottery. Who said that? Yeah, that's why we never buy lotto tickets either, Michelle. Okay. Hey, I see we've got a couple of newbies on. Lovely to see you. Bumblebee would be great. Do you think? Shall I go with the Bumblebee for the doily? Or leave it white, says Jody. Leave it white, says Judy. Bumblebee says Nairi. Bumblebee says Joan. Oh, goodness. We have some opinions on this one. Bumblebee. Well, the thing is, how about I try it? And if it doesn't work out, I've got more doilies. So I can always, let's give it a whirl. Okay, let's see how that goes. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll try. And I'll get it as dark as I can because I feel like I need a bit of contrast on here. And the stripes kind of goes with the bee theme too. So let's get this good and dark. I love the doilies. I think they're great. And look at the nice mark they leave behind when you're finished. Whoop. Yep. So if we don't like, we can compare the two and see which one looks better, the white or the bumblebee. That way we'll have a more informed decision rather than just taking a wild guess. All right. So it does look nice with the bumblebee on there, but it also looked nice with the white. I'm actually wondering if my curve is too big, whether I need to cut it down slightly. It might be, you know. I'm going to take off one bump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and I'm going to go to the next bump and just take that off. That might be better. I just want a little bit showing, I think. And see, now that hides better behind there. Yeah, I think that's better. What do we think? Do we like the yellow? I'm going to grab out another one and just see if we can get an idea of whether we like the bumblebee or whether we like the white. What do you think, guys? The white or the bumblebee? Oh, too many opinions now. Because we all like different things. Maybe I'm just going to have to make another card. Ooh. All right. You know what I'm going to do? Can't decide. I'm going to toss a coin. How about that? Tails, it's white. And heads, it's yellow. You ready? You going to do it? Can't decide tonight, so we'll let the coin decide. How about that? Heads. So yellow, is that what I said? I think that's what I said. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a row of... I'm just going to put like a row of seal along here. And then I'm just going to pop that. Right there. Oh, you know what? That seal didn't come off. You know why? Because it doesn't want to attach because of the fact that I put so much ink along the edge. I probably should have stuck it to the, put the seal onto the DSP instead. There we go. We're going to put that there. I think both look nice, and I think either way it looks fine. Democratic, yeah. Just got to do it sometimes, right? Gosh, I've made bigger decisions than that on the toss of a coin. I can tell you when I've chosen jobs, whether or not to accept the job on the toss of a coin because I genuinely just couldn't make a decision. Which, looking back, was probably a very silly thing to do. But anyway. Anyway, there we go. It's looking like this. And I can always do a white one later. Oh, you know, I should have used black dimensionals, but it won't matter. They're going to be hidden anyway. Let's put this on here. I love the fact that I come along here on a Friday night with no clue of what I'm going to make until you guys point me in a particular direction. I love that. So I'm going to pop this. This is going to be here, and then we're going to have our little bees here. So let's grab ourselves a piece of cardstock. Actually, I'll use this piece. I'm not going to use it for anything else, I'll turn it over even. And I'm going to do one little bee here. I think he's my favorite, this one. I really like him. There's two others and they're flying different directions, but I like this one. I think he's super cute. In fact, I've got one that hasn't even been used. And shall we do the, we might as well do the other one. All three might as well be used. Right, so this little guy is flying off in a different direction. So does everyone has seen, I think, how I put the stamps on the backs on the stamps, the labels on the stamps, and it's still the best way to mount these things. I haven't seen a better way. I think it's the best way of all. I did do a video on it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the whole thing off, and then I find myself a block, and I stick it to the block. Then I take the backing paper off, and then I make sure my bee is facing the right way, and I am going to put the stamp onto the bee, onto the stamp onto the label, and now it's mounted. And so when I take that off to put it back in, you can see the label is there, it's ready to go. Best way to mount stamps by far. And if you need to see that again, I have a really great video on my YouTube channel about how to do that, how to mount stamps. And as far as I'm concerned, it's game-changing. It's a game-changing way to mount your stamps, because once you do it this way, you never want to go back to the old way. Much easier. All right, so let's color our little bees. I think, I don't know, maybe I should have done black and white stripes. Let's go here. Color them in. I'm going to color this upper part of his body. I never know whether to color this part of their body black or yellow. What do you guys think? This one I colored in black, but I don't know, it looks kind of heavy to me. Maybe I'll color this one yellow just for fun. Can't hurt. Because if they're black, they're kind of very dark. Oh, this one I started coloring him in black, so I'll color the rest of him in black as well. They're just a different variety of bee, right? Does anyone watch Bridgerton at all? I noticed they went right into the backstory of how poor old the Viscount got stung by a bee the other night. It's very sad. All right, let me cut these out. I actually think I prefer to do it with my small machine because it's a lot easier for that to fit on my desk, so I'll just grab it. I hope everybody was able to get themselves one of these while they're on sale. That sale's ended now, but gee, they were good. Having said that, if you are sad and thinking I should have got it while it was on sale, even though it's not on sale anymore, I can tell you that it's going up in price, as a lot of things are with the new catalogue. So one of the things about the new catalogue is that we do have price increases on most things, and that's important because if you want to get some stuff, especially the bigger ticket items, you want to grab them this month before the price goes up and beat that price rise. So ink pads, cardstock, pretty much everything is going up, not by heaps, but enough that it's noticeable. So let me grab the dies. So we have this little guy here. And this little guy here. I'm going to be brave and try and put them through all together. That might be a mistake, but we'll find out in just a second. Well, the door is shut right now, so the cats can't join me if they wanted to, because we've shut the door now, and now they've had their dinner. They're probably not going to bother me anyway. So Merlot went, silly me. I caught them all, but that was annoying. My finger stuck on it because I have some glue on my finger and it stuck on the page. Like I said, it's a bit brave trying to do them all at once. This is the last time I'm going to try. If I don't get them successfully done this time, I'll have to put them through one at a time. It's like very precarious, isn't it? All right, let's try this and see if it will go through. Match up my pieces. Now, when you put this in, if the handle moves, that means it's going to take it. So that means you're right. And I think we've been lucky and we've got all three done at once. I could use a Post-it note to hold them in place. Apparently, we are supposed to be getting a revamped magnetic plate soon for all of our machines, I think. So I'm sort of anxious to see if that's actually going to happen. All right. So we have ourselves some bees. I have, let's see where they are all going. Now I also have a couple of like little, which one will I like to use? This one might be a bit small. This one's better, I think. And I thought I might put that through with a bit of gold. I just feel like it needs some gold on it. And then I'm not sure where they're all going to go, but anyway, let's see. Something like that, maybe. I can hear Crumpet howling outside the door because he wants to come in. Okay, here we go. We have some gold. It's coming together. All right, so this is going to cut with some gold, and then I'm also going to stamp on here. Actually, I'm also going to add a little bit of yellow in the center of my white circle, and it's easier. You can do this after you stamp, but you're less likely to, you're not going to smudge your stamp if you do it first. So let's go back to my memento, and in the stamp set, which is under here, I've got a best of luck that would look nice on this. The miss you would probably look good on this circle. Stay wonderful. We already have the miss you out, don't we? I had that out earlier. Let's see. Will it fit on this circle? Yes, it will. Quite nicely. So let's pop that on there. I think I could have stamped that better, but I can always come back and redo it later. But anyway, you get the idea. So I'm going to pop that on a couple of dimensionals. One, two will be enough. 2 or 3 is usually good behind a circle. Oops, I have comments that I haven't paid any attention to. The dimensionals are going up by $1.50. Is that right, Lynn? So it's good probably to get some basics. I managed to smudge my ink a little bit, so that's going to be a really great place to add a bit of bling, because that's what you do when you smudge something. Like so. And then I'm going to add, right, let me cut this little bit first with the, so lots and lots and lots and lots of really cool things happening, but also I think it's mindful to, you know, a smart thing to do is to be mindful of the fact that there are going to be some price increases. No one's surprised. We all knew they were coming, but yeah, be smart, and the things that you know you're going to be getting anyway, the things, the basics, the things that you know you need, grab them before the price goes up. Oh, I see. You guys are talking Bridgerton now. I see. I missed all that. Oh, you like the second one? I'm enjoying it so far. It's good. Just had the wedding that didn't happen. The Queen wasn't very happy about. So let's see. Can I use my? Yeah. Just going to push this out with my brush. This is the Take Your Pick tool, and then this is the brush attachment that goes in the Take Your Pick tool. Really fantastic for getting out bits out of dies, just like this one. There we go. Right, so I'm thinking this will go right about here. So lately I've been using a sponge and a silicone mat to add my glue to something like this. You can add just the glue with the pointy end and put it where you want it. But if you want to save yourself a lot of time and trouble, here's another way to do it. Grab yourself a silicone mat. And the good thing about silicone mats is that adhesive doesn't stick to it. So you can go right ahead and put your bit of glue straight onto your mat. Okay, then I use a little bit of sponge, pick it up with that, and then I literally sponge my glue straight onto the back. And that way you don't have to worry about trying to get all those little bits. Much quicker, much faster, and less mess. You can just wipe your mat off with a baby wipe or run it under the tap. Really easy to clean. Right, so I'm going to pop this little guy on a mini dimensional. Been a bit later the last couple of weeks. I'm obviously having too much fun. I think it's, you know what I think it is? I think I have too much to tell you. Goodness me. That's enough with the hot flushes. You guys are funny. Yes, he did not get contracted for a second season. I don't think he wanted to do it again. Maybe he was worried about being typecast or something. I don't know. Reggae someone. His name's Reggae or something like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's probably not right, but anyway. So this little bee is going over. This one's flying who knows where. This one is hanging out with the gold thingy. And then this little guy here, I'm going to pop him down towards the bottom. And he's going to be just hanging out on the bottom there. Do you think we need anything else? I do think I need a third bit of bling because, you know, 3s, not 2s. Do we need ribbon, or do you think that's fine? Do you think it's okay? Oh dear, Jody. Goodness me. This is a PG at worst. This is a G-rated show, not where your mind is going. It's Netflix, Sunny. Jody's distracting everybody tonight. Goodness me. Oh dear. So what do we think? Are we happy with this? Is this good as it is, or do we need anything else? Do I need ribbon? I think maybe ribbon might be too much. I think maybe it's fine just as it is. Move this back into the set. I think the little bit of gold was good. I think that was a good choice. Pretty sure the Hive embossing folder is going into the new catalogue. I'm just having a quick look for you. Here's a thought too, for anyone who's been thinking about joining at some point and is waiting for the right time. This is actually a really good time, and there's a couple of reasons why. One reason is you can actually order now from the new catalogue, from the pre-order list, and get those items in your kit. So that's actually a really great way to get hold of stuff early, and it makes it definitely worthwhile for people who've been considering that option. Another thing is that if you order now, you get all the current catalogues, including the new catalogue, in your kit. So you get the mini, the annual, and then the new annual as well. So those are all really good reasons. The other thing is, I think it's also really important to know that if you are considering joining, you don't, it's good to be able to join now and know what's retiring. So if you don't want retiring products in your collection, you would know right now what those retiring products are, and you can avoid those. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why it's a good time. I am just looking. Yes, the Hive 3D folder is in the new catalogue. It's not going anywhere. So there we go. All right. What did I do with my other card? It's floating around here somewhere. I will find it. I do this every week, right? Oh, I put it off to the side. That's why. There we go. They're the cards we did tonight. Look, we have bees on both cards. It was a bee kind of a night, right? We don't know how that happened, but we ended up with two cards that both have bees on them. This one's got just a bee trinket, and this one's got 3 little bees from the Honeybee Home set. That's this one, for anyone who's wondering about that set. It's a cute set. And I like the stripy paper. Turned out really nice with it too. I really think that was a good choice. So there we go. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight, guys. Don't forget, our retiring list goes all this month, okay? So you do have a bit of time. The only thing I'm concerned about is if you're worried about something, check with me, because I do have a list of what is low in stock. And if anything is low in stock, I would say grab it while you can. You don't want to be waiting and missing out, okay? So if there's something you particularly want, get in sooner rather than later, because those things are very often gone quickly. Okay. What will be, will be. Indeed, indeed. All right, to be or not to be. I'll be back on Sunday night, and we'll do something completely different. We'll do something else, and if I can find those, seaside seashells, Judy, I will try and do those. If I can't find them, we might just have to put that off a little bit. Sorry. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Have a great weekend. See you Sunday. Bye-bye, guys.